Hi, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. We're going to utilize a pick a pile today where you get to perceive and receive your path, your messages, whether it's one specifically or a combination. There is shaman cards, runes, and as well Rorschach runes. As well, where Mr. Ghostgift is here, we'll be utilizing GhostTube for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate.
Crime.
Let's get on to the reveal. So here are your piles, pre-shuffled and pre-chosen for 1, 2, or 3. Like I said, whether you're choosing one specifically that stands out or a combination and noticing the order. I'm going to take a moment to open up while you gaze to gain. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race in the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of any person that has decided to be here to pick their path. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Have you chosen? Timestamps are also below and all the links to help a gal grow. Let's go. Pile 1, welcome. You're here, you're up to bat. All right, let's get at it. Okay, so let's reveal. So you have the dog rune coming through. And again, if that symbol means anything to you, guidance with the wolf. Your Rorschach rune. If you would like, if anything is standing out, any shapes, symbols, we'll go through it in a few different directions. And your oracle cards, your paranormal poker hand. We have here, help is on the way. I'm going to put it right by Mr. Sphinx there.
Dance.
Turkey, blessings from earth. The shaman, the dancer of new beginnings. Freedom horse. And me talk, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Interesting. Okay, give me a moment here. I'm going to tune in, but you know me. Please follow your own intuitions first versus listening to my yammerings and crazy hair and ink all over. You're used to it by now. I know you are. Everyone else has such fine hands and nails, and I just jump in like a child.
Yes.
Yes. True story. True story. Okay, so pile 1. What I'm getting is between the wolf and the dog, there's this air, fence, balance, perception, constipation, maybe. I'm not really sure yet. Of like being domesticated and wild, right? Like these two are, in the same pack, but one over time one version has been domesticated and one is still wild. There's also a birth guide that's stepping forward here that has been with you since birth, and they have been so loyal to your life and love. And I feel like you have felt that along the way, even in like some darkest, deepest moments. You've always known in some way, shape, or form that you can feel this guide. It kind of feels like a blanket that warms around you, but it feels almost like if like bat wings were like cradling you in some of your moments, happy and dark. And it feels very... I feel very embraced. And so maybe something is asking me to embrace both my wild side and the quote unquote domesticated dimension.
Finish.
I'm also looking at the rune here and seeing that there's something I have my eye on. And it's even like with these two wings of being domesticated and wild. You also could resonate with being on a cusp. Maybe it's something between your, sun and moon sign, whatever the case may be. It's like, well, which one feels more natural? Which one is more prominent? And something's driving you to like another, or at least the way I'm sensing it, to another point of perception. And you've asked for some sort of guidance. And again, it's coming through by this birth guide because your growth is their growth. Can I flip that? There's a prong. I'm seeing a prong in there. A very specific kind of prong. Like if I was plugging in a PlayStation,
Church.
the back or something, it's a 2-pronger. And maybe it's like something plugging in, like that third grounding one. If it's like a 2-prong plug, but then the third one is grounding, if I believe, something about that. You have here blessings from the earth and the beginnings. There's that feeling I want to feel. And maybe this is what I am like working through. Because I'm seeing this card as like receiving. It's like being at a spa, but being bathed. I'm being bathed in. It's a car wash. It's a car wash. Like a.
Wonderful.
You know, I want to say like a chakra car wash or something like that. I feel like I'm being scrubbed down like a salt or sugar scrub, but I'm allowing it to happen to me because it's like preparing me for something. I also want to note, on the other hand, it's like I have been, maybe if I've been in a wild state for a little while, you know, and you're out there, you've been doing things, hustling, whether this is in your job or your personal life, you know me, the channels are yours. You've been hustling, boots to the mud, hustling. And it's like this animal's, you know, gone out into the wild and had all these adventures, but you kind of come back a little disheveled, and it's a cleanup time. It's not because the dirt is bad, but it's time to, okay, you've come back after this sabbatical or something like that, or this aspect of your energy. It's like, okay, bring it back into the cusp almost, like, you know, to embrace the cusp concept and be scrubbed down by your guides. Because it's almost like wherever you've been, pile one, wherever you've gone or going, each being a wing, like domesticated and wild, it's like seeing they flap together for the most momentum. I don't know if this is making sense, but I'm going to keep following it. It's even like your earthly self and your spirit self, your energy body. And I have been. Being out in the wild has served. I've learned so much out here. So much. And maybe even like the earthly experience just feels wild. Like it's the wild kingdom here. Maybe it's online. Maybe you're a gamer and it's just wild. But there's a specific freedom with that. But then there's also like harsher. It's weird because it's like then there's also harsher environments because there's less comforts. There's less conveniences. But it's like the tools and things that you learn possibly while here or in an atmosphere that you understand or channel. What the skill set you bring back, download, integrate, two-prong plug, ground in, brings about this scrub and then a new beginning. Okay, cleaning up, and now I'm going to present this part of me. But it's almost like those skills, the wild skills, like just seep into the domestication. So it's almost like somebody who speaks like a prophet or something or a poet that seemingly speaks in riddles. Yeah, it feels well. Okay, let's keep going here. Yeah, we're adding on tarot. Where did I put that? Oh, there you are. Sorry, I put them off to the side here. With the dog, I'll bring up the card here. The dog spirit brings loyalty, unconditional love, and protection. Dogs overlook weakness and are always willing to serve and forgive. Your dog spirit can help you increase your compassion and devotion to family while remaining loyal to yourself and your beliefs. This kind of makes me feel like I had to go away to repair. I had to go and get dirty. And for some reason I keep seeing this, like my higher self incarnating, knowing that it's like, you know, the dirty job, but it's actually care. It's care. The King of Coins, you know the drill. If these cards mean anything to you.
Are you a friend?
Absolutely. The Emperor. We'll take one more to support pile one. And the Page of Cups.
Pray.
Like, how beautiful is that with the King of Coins? In the way, you read for yourself, of course, but the way I'm seeing this is the higher self. Maybe it's your masculine energy and your feminine energy, this wild and domesticated parts, and this merge in the cusp of how harmonious this is. But I'm going to stick with higher self to human. But then with the Emperor here, it's like I can see that coming out of my own shell, incarnating. The birth guide is here. And then you have the Page of Cups with this Dancer of New Beginnings, because this is the beginning of a new form of embodying both, of being both. Forgiving, perhaps, for any sort of self-inflicted or external, something that I would consider a weakness within myself that I've healed through. Again, maybe it's medicine. I'm seeing this as glasses with a nose, like somebody might have have a swollen nose, or I don't know, some sort of martial art or street fight or something like that. Again, it's like this. Okay, so that's another way of putting it. Like, you can use a skill set in a profession, like in a skilled sport, like say UFC fighting, or it can be wild, like street fighting. But these are coming together. It's like harmonizing this together, and it's cracking something open that has always been with you since birth. And loyalty with the dog, and they're all loyal. The pack is loyal. This pack, pile one, I'm going to get ready to close out here. Your pack is loyal to what you're doing, because you are being of service. You know, it's like seeing a dog and they're a service dog for the blind or for whatnot. It's like your soul incarnating here with this spirit team that's going on is for being of service, because it's like the senses that are here, the tangible senses, they're blind to, they understand, they can see it, but they don't have the same spark to ground it in with that prong. So you've taken the fool's journey, or this new beginning, the hero's journey, to be of service to spirit. In whatever way and channel that is, this is exactly how I'm feeling it. Pile one, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please do consider sharing, and subscribe. I Scry. All the links are below to help a gal grow, as well. We have a draw coming up to scroll into spring, and memberships are new, all that kind of good stuff. I love you, pile one. Until next time, or I'll see you on the flip side of whatever other pile you chose. Awesome. Hello, pile two. How you do? Let's get into your reveal. So your animal rune is shapeshift with the raven. Your other animal rune that stepped forward is the parrot. Chased. Your Rorschach rune, if any shapes or symbols are standing out to you, immediately speaking, please notice any first intuitions. And then your paranormal poker hand here, we have lost compass, getting back to integrity, peace pipe. They're in no specific order yet. Spirit of family, hawk, guardianship, and vision strong. I'm actually going to put that guy up there. And courage. Yes. Okay. You know the drill, pile two. If you see, sense, or feel anything, feel well to comment below, or keep your reflections to yourself. Either way, I understand. Introverts and extroverts, welcome to like. So I want to note that your runes are both birds. Interestingly enough, that they're both birds. So perhaps there's a lot of messages coming in and a lot of chatter. But it's like I'm training the chatter. I feel like in some ways I'm taking control. You know, like, because the way I'm seeing it is like back in the day, they would train ravens to deliver messages, or crows. I'm not really sure. I just want to make sure I am recording now that you said that. And then you can also train a parrot to speak. Let's look at the parrot card. The parrot spirit brings the energy from the sun to help us realize how beautiful life is. Parrot teaches us of the harmony that exists within all things. And your parrot spirit can help you better understand other points of view and improve the way you communicate. Yeah, there's something about communication. But I want to know what really stood out about that is the parrot's associated with the sun. And for simplicity's sake, let's say the raven is associated with the moon or dark, the light and the night. There's a coin purse in here. For pile 2, I feel like there's some words of the way I'm speaking about money. I'm also seeing somebody at like a ritual podium. It doesn't have to be a ritual podium, but I'm seeing a podium and there's like either a big book there or like a grimoire or a recipe book.
Leave me alone.
I feel like I'm in a cauldron of communication. Reading or writing. I'm presenting something to other people. I'm communicating. In whatever context this is, relationship, personal, platonic, creative, corporate, you know the drill. Those channels are yours. They're yours to freely clarify where the cryptic nature fits for you. Sorry, give me a moment. The hawk, guardianship and vision strong. It's another bird. It's another bird you have here, pile 2. There's something about who you're communicating with and how you're communicating. First off, with yourself. It's like being, as an example,
Carol.
A recipe bookmaker, or a spell bookmaker, or a poet, hoy vey. And you're careful about the words that you choose because you understand it matters to the person who's reading for this very clear instruction. That's what it is. It's instruction. Some of you might be teachers. There's a professor something coming in because you could be observing somebody else communicating to you. It's like bullet points. And likewise, it's like the way you speak feels very mature. This doesn't mean it's dry, and this doesn't mean it's fuddy-duddy or all adulty. It can be very academia, but it's your charisma and somebody else's charisma.
7.
And it doesn't always look the same. I don't know how to say this, pile 2, but I'm going to leave it there for this because it's something about, okay, so somebody's also going through like back in the day, we used to have like photo albums, baby albums when we were babies. Somebody's like going through that and also seeing a progression. It could be a journal. It could be a book that you wrote when you were 20, but you're coming back to it now to, what is that? Edit it. When I'm in the recipe book, sorry, my nose is so itchy and you're reading. When I'm in the recipe book, it's like being specific, but then allowing this, like, you know, add lemon to taste. Other option, add pickle juice for tart. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's this, or maybe it's like for meat eaters and for vegans or vegetarians or, you know, different food styles. The recipe can change, but there's something about acknowledging in that maturity, but it's not like I need to cover all the bases. It's almost as if, and if you don't necessarily like putting this in, here's another option to consider if you like this. It's flavor palettes.
Greetings.
Flavor palettes. Greetings. Flavor palettes. And that's the charisma Okay, let's get back at her. Courage, spirit of family, peace pipe. Okay, somebody might have been having issues, or I just heard issues and tissues about somebody in family. So if somebody has passed, the last thing you recall was about a fight or a family fight, and you're like, those were my last words spoken to them, please know that peace has already been made. Peace has already been made. On the other hand, on the other side, and they're wishing to express that to you, that I've gotten back to my integrity.
Turn it off.
There's also somebody, pile 2, if that's not your scry story, but it's definitely stepping through, to be who you are in your family unit. And there might be a lot of chatter, like some families are just chatty, and then others aren't. But this also could be a friend group, a group of people that you meet and merge minds and talk to respectfully in their own different places that they have interest in, but it all comes together and creates a family. It's like a frequency farm, but things aren't being farmed.
I'm stuck.
It's just a place that different flavors can come together. Sorry, going back to being who I am, the way I'm stepping into this, and there might have been some conversations in regards to maybe the way I've chosen to live my life. Maybe it's different from my family. I don't know if it's, in regards to my relationships or my job choices or career choice or even where I live. But I needed courage, and I had the courage to do that, to go somewhere and to do what I knew was my calling, my vision for a time.
Guilty.
It's like making peace with the family. Even forgiving them for, forgive them for they cannot know. I don't know, something along that lines. It's like you're making peace with that. And it's still aligned. But if there was a squabble at some point, somebody's traveled somewhere, somebody has moved, pile 2. That doesn't seem to fit the typical family dynamic or the way your family runs. I don't know what that means. But I'm hearing like make peace. Make peace with that and the people, whoever those people are, because I'm not sure if it's family or friend family. Maybe there's a fight in a friend group. Yeah, see, judgment has just come through. Okay, and see here I'm seeing a bridge. And each is like extending out just enough to be like, there's protection on it. It's like, okay, there's Cupids over here. Cupid's on the one side, but on the other side, I'm seeing like a little Chihuahua kind of dog that is ready to pounce if it feels that their, I'm going to say owner, but I know that's not the right word. Their person, their human is in trouble.
Another room.
Keep the peace, keep that peace, and peace for yourself. The peace pipe within oneself. It's like, take it first. The King of Cups, and then the Ace of Wands. If these cards mean anything to you, you know the drill. Please see, sense, and feel for yourself. Somebody's been praying for peace for somebody that has passed on the other side. Could be a father figure. I also want to note that even in this card, see how it's like academia, very mature. We were talking about like that professoring, I don't know, or something like that. Some of you might be considering becoming teachers or guiding something in the way. That's way too many. Don't be ridiculous. Like maybe you went to med school and you're like, I don't want to be in med school, but it's what your family's done, or it was what their wishes were, or vice versa. You've gone through whatever trials and tribulations, because typically everyone in your family does X, and you're like, I want to go over here. I want to be the first one in our family to do, I don't know, millions of years of school and help people. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, sorry, there's somebody off here that really just wants them to be known that if, when you pray to me or pray for me, if there was it's somebody in your family for sure, possibly a male figure, partner, Partner or parent. Very specifically, a partner or a parent.
Play.
I feel like it was very structured. Very, very structured. And it's almost like I am, did you say play? It's like they're passing and I went and pursued things. And I want them to know, like, are you happy? Like, this is how I'm feeling. Are you happy with me? Is it okay that I did this? Or this is, what I wish and what I want for myself? Because it's like I'm looking for some sort of judgment free or to get their final judgment. Even though they've passed on, they've crossed over the bridge. And all I keep seeing is hearts. All I keep seeing is hearts. Also, if somebody has passed around you that you think they might be suffering because of the way they passed, I'm hearing that's they were very quickly gone out of the body. There was no. It was more of like a shock, Two of Swords. It was a shock. Okay, so for that story specifically, it is pile 2, and I understand I'm all over the place, but you're probably used to it by now, so thank you for holding space for the pieces that may not resonate with you, but for others. So when that person passed specifically, this is a younger person, they were like very quickly through the shock of it, so they didn't feel anything, their soul, but they paused for a time, like, should I stay and like be earthbound, as we would call it, or do I go? And I'm praying for them, like I'm praying for their soul. Please tell me that they went through. 10 of Cups, they chose the light. I'm gonna say they blatantly chose the light. They weren't sure because it was so shocking. All right, pile 2. Is there anything else we have here for you?
Possessed.
Is there a possession going on? So I want to just, as we're closing out here, this guardianship and this King of Cups, whatever that may mean to you. Somebody is a channeled writer. There's the sun in the background with the clouds that look like moon. The parrot and the raven of the shapeshift. The courage to shift forms. The courage to step in from student to teacher in one regard and one respect, while still being a student in many other places and maybe a master in many other places.
Light.
For somebody specifically, it's like when you're writing or when you're journaling or when you're capturing things, it's like you're looking over your shoulder because it's like there's it invites energies to help you channel through it. I hope that makes sense. I also feel like, sorry, pile 2, I always say I'm going to go and then I don't. Lies. There's somebody in spirit that when you call their name, they turn and they hear you. They're like, hello. They are working on their Akashic. They're reviewing their Akashic or in their shadow scrolls. They're reviewing their lives. They're in a state of review and reflection by choice as their multidimensional nature is maturing. Okay, pile 2, leaving it here. I love you. All the links are below to help Cal grow. What do we got here? Scroll into Spring Draw, which helps the channel. The proceeds going to all the supplies and as well to future giveaways. We also have memberships that are new. If you want to get in on the ground floor of that with me and ground, grow, and glow. What else is there? Buy me a coffee, PayPal, all that kind of great stuff. But even so, thank you for being you. I will see you again soon. Lots of love. Pile 3, how you be? Let's get right into it because I'll get chattering and it's just ridiculous. All right. So you have the whale rune, if the whale symbol means anything to you. As well, we have the migration, time to move. Your Rorschach rune here, if any shapes or symbols are immediately standing out to you or calling you. If you want to take a boo or a screenshot. And then your paranormal poker hand here. In no particular order. Greetings. We have here Bluebird. Oh, Gentleness brings happiness. That's so nice. Dreams. It's like a cat and a bird. The companion for your shaman. Oh, dream traveler. An empty well, time to replenish. Like I said, no order. I'll rearrange as I feel the need in the story. Pile 3. Feel well to comment below if you see, sense, or feel anything, if a story is emerging well beyond what I'm saying. But you always know I appreciate the space being held to share my insights. Okay, migration, time to move. You have time to move. Interesting. What's calling to me first is time to move and time to replenish. Time after time. My nose is super itchy. It has been super itchy through this whole pick a pile. The whale. Air. Water. Am I in I feel like I'm in like an astral earth, because I want to note that the earth element is here, but it doesn't look the same. It doesn't, maybe it's because I'm in a dream. Sorry, I gotta move my mop. Maybe it's like dream earth or astral earth. Maybe it's even a different planet. Did I portal to a different planet? Give me a moment, pile 3. Some sort of flock of frequencies. Hold on. And I've got the companion here. Double dreams. It's like double dragon, double dreams. Some of you also might be pile 3, astral traveling. To like places you can't get to by typical airplanes, trains, planes, and automobiles, cars. And it's like you wouldn't even know that they're on the map. I don't know the story of Moby Dick, but Moby Dick is stepping forward. And I know that seems obvious with the whale here, but it's actually not obvious for me. I'm going to read his card. The whale spirit brings regeneration, new beginnings, and provides a sense of calm. Whales mate for life. They are caring animals and easily demonstrate affection. Your spirit whale can help you develop creativity and establish a peaceful contact with the divine. And you literally have the divine. The companion card in the Shaman Oracle. The link is below if you're interested. This is the divine. Actually, I'm going to put you over there. You're having interactions with an energy entity, planet, person. I'm getting really, really cold on my back. It's like a secret garden. Yeah, see, because in here, there's a being in here that protects this land. Do you know what it makes me feel like? It makes me feel as though when some sort of creature or character would spread its wings, it's not like vampiric. It's not how it feels, like a big vampire with a cape or any other creature or character. But it's like through this, portals open up in like the wing of it. And you're embraced, and then embraced by this. And then you travel somewhere.
No regret.
And this land or planet is hidden. Like I said, it's like it's hiding in plain sight. Because it's like here, but it's not here. It's there. I can't see it from here. But if I'm there, can I see here? I don't think so. But I know there is there, and I know here is here. I might be working in like different atmospheres here, dimensional atmospheres. This process of like dream traveling I don't know a whole lot about the different kinds of aliens or other beings. I really don't like using that term, but because like, aren't we aliens? Anyway, other beings, they could be like feline like. And you actually go when you do this. There are some solo adventures I'm hearing, but then there's others where there's like a whole flock and you migrate to this spot, because I feel like I'm migrating.
Rope.
And then we all land in this water to get a drink. Does that make sense? I feel like it makes sense. Can I flip that? There are natives to this land, in this astral, in this atmosphere. There's native beings to this. They're not the same as this. Because I feel like, you know what it makes me feel like? Oh my goodness. Sorry, not sorry if I'm all over the place. Going on a class trip or a cosmic consciousness cruise, and you stop at different ports, where you can replenish goods, buy gifts. I don't know what people would do when they go to the ports, replenish, maybe get something to eat. You have a bath, maybe go to the bathroom. This is what it makes me feel like. The locals or the native beings on these places know that you are, I'm going to use the term protected, because it's like all the visitors have a certain glow. And they know they're here for a reason, because they're part of something. It's almost like you're kind of famous, you know? Like you're famous just for being there, because maybe they don't see other energies from other atmospheres very often. Okay, sorry. Did I mess that up? I don't think so. Did I? Okay, no, we're good. Okay. Pile 3. I love it. I'm going to wander into that bluebird. There's something about being gentle that calls you into that, because I am seeing this bluebird on the butt of this whale. And you would think by their size and scope, their differences, if I may, even their landscapes are different, but they are friends. Also, something about a pine cone is coming through. A pine cone. What does that mean to you? I don't know. Then I have here the Empress.
Why did you come?
I'm getting lots of vibes, like feminine energy vibes here. Okay, do you remember, did I say it out loud? I'm pretty sure I did, when I was talking about that cloak or the winged thing, and it's like you're underneath. Like I said that right, and it's like the portals, because yeah, I put it near my armpit, the portal armpit. That's what that is. This is the protection of wandering through this portal. You might also, okay, not necessarily in the same context of the movie, but the words, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm just going to leave that there. Temperance. If you know the drill as well, if these cards mean anything to you, please follow that. I tend to follow the artistry first, and death. Okay, so I'm also learning some sort of history. I'm learning some sort of history when I'm on like the school trip or this cruise, consciousness cruise.
31.
Is it time? I think there's an ability for it to also be time travel, but that's not always the case. Because it's like there's missing time for me to get from here to there and there to here and then here to there and then there to here. Who's on what? What's on second? No, who's on third? Why? Why? No, why is at home? It's complicated looking, trying to make sense of it from outside of it. because there's something about like the language, the here, the there, the there, the here. I'm learning also about something about what had happened if there's also been planets or places that seem desolate. What happened here? What happened here? See, even in this 10 of Cups, and again, 10 of Cups might mean something to you, but look at the depiction. It's what we're talking about. It's the companion coming down. It's very gentle. The way it's like you have these out of bodies or astral adventures, it's very gentle. Somebody has a grandparent, great grandparent that really, really loves you. Like they adore you. They adore you. Sometimes you see like dances. It's almost like I'm seeing a parade with all these different costumes, but they're not costumes. They're not costumes. They're different beings from different planets, from different atmospheres. I don't know, time zones. Okay, so I'm coming back to the whale. It's a sense of calm. You're making a lot of friends in this astral academia. I don't know what to call it. That's fine.
42.
Because even when it's talking about caring and compassion, and then I come back to the Empress, and she's very caring and compassion, very protective. Like you might even be a guardian, like you might even sometimes be taking the lead. I think people like take turns taking the lead at different ports to demonstrate. It's like being at an art gallery and knowing who might know more about this artist, this kind of painting. So you ask them to step forward, and sometimes you are the one that steps forward and say, this is what I know about them. Does anyone have a question? And nurturing the questions, nurturing the conversation that comes from the questions. Developing and establishing a peaceful contact with the divine, because the divine is in many dimensions. Pile 3. Need I say more? I feel like if you understood this message and can make sense of it, you're living it. So I don't. Pile 3, I'm going to let it be. Pile 3, I'm going to let it be. I am so grateful for your attention and awareness, and I just love you and adore you. Thank you so much for your support. All the links are below to help a gal grow. Memberships are new. If you'd like to get in on the ground floor and grow and glow with me, you can buy me a coffee, PayPal. What else is there? The link is also to scroll into spring. Scroll into spring with me if you want to get in on that draw. And otherwise, Pile 3, I am so glad. I am so grateful for you. And until next time,
Guilty.
have a good day. Guilty. Welcome to your secret scry. You've decided and have chosen this peculiar path that is a little bit in the dark. It's behind a closed door, behind a bookcase that is really a door. Whatever the case may be, I'm glad you've made it here. We're going to do a candle scrying as well. We have a few cards here ready to go for you. So when you are ready, if you'd like to welcome yourself in to this sacred space, take a deep breath. Relax the shoulders, close the eyes, cleanse the palate of your perception. Be open to receive what is of the highest good for thee. So what's coming through is I'm seeing an old school ghetto blaster, something about music, maybe 60s, 70s, 80s, different kinds of technology. I'm also seeing a dresser with a round mirror over top of it. Maybe the way you see or perceive yourself. I'm also seeing a screen for those that work online or watch TV. There's something being transmitted to you, and vice versa. You might be communicating out. There's something about dresser drawers that keeps asking me to come back about. Maybe it's holding on to old items or old things that are the way you see yourself. Can you let go and enjoy having less of the same, less of the same. Even wandering into music and TV, there's something about entertainment and ensuring you're making enough time or having enough time to tune out, maybe turning off your tuning into. I also have here that mirror. I want to notice where it is in the room. There's like I don't know if it's like a flower or there's something or there's things. Somebody is like, there's a spirit that's like moving things or going around things. They're very interested in your knickknacks because they understand the symbolism that they hold for you. I feel like there's a land that I dream of. It has to do something about the sun. The sun in my solar plexus.
Jacket.
They are very, it's like, yeah, exactly. Get your jacket. And I go to this place. Something about going for walks as well. It's like okay, so I'm seeing that stereo thing again. And the TV also receive from natural elements. I'm noticing a whole lot of what I'm resonating with, what's reflecting around me and deflecting, and what I'm deflecting. I feel like there's some sort of money exchange close by. Okay, so there might be also change on a dresser or on a side table by, okay, so that dresser can also be an entryway table where you like put your keys and stuff and check your face before you go.
Kelly.
There's a wish and a want that is working its way towards me, towards you. Secret Scry. You're part of something bigger and you have an awareness about it, but it doesn't always seem to make sense. Oh, I have this backwards. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Do you know what this makes me feel like?
Nanny and Gumpy.
What I'm receiving, deflecting. I'm hearing hope is heavy. Is hope heavy? Is the hope that you carry for humanity heavy? And it feels like you're carrying the weight of that hope up to the sacred temple on behalf of many others. This is the land in which you work with, and I know that you may not be able to see them, but that's okay. It's the sacred mountain in gratitude. That's where I'm going. This is my solar plexus. Yes, solar plexus in my sacral. I do not need to carry everything for everyone that I care about and compassionately coexist with, but I can clarify what it's like. Carrying $4 of change in your pocket can be very heavy versus just having a few dollar bills. There's something about weights and measures coming through.
Heaven.
Gratitude for what you've received in the past, but allowing some of those things to go. There's still somebody like playing around with your change or your money. I see like a little sprite or something. I'm also seeing somebody leave coins or crystals, water, an offering for like leprechauns or something like that. They like them. They like the trinkets and the treats that you leave out for them. Secret Scry. Bluebird, gentleness brings happiness. They are very happy around you. These little energies, these sprites, these fairies, these fae. They play. They help you. They help bring things in towards you that you might play with them as well, what you might find interest in. And they will bring you more of that. Okay, so then they're also helping you through the heavy hope that you might feel in your heart if you're working through grief, the heaviness of hope for humanity. Everyone's carrying a piece of it. The best you can do, the way I'm hearing it, I'm not saying it is the best, is helping others or inspire them how to carry their piece or their contribution, but not take it from them. To say, well, I'll do this for you. I can do it with you. This feels like a very holistic space, like a very spiritual space, less maybe physically tangibly, but I feel like there's instances in the physical realm that this is expressed. Secret Scry. I hope this served
Dark.
and inspired. We are in the dark because you know I love me some spooky. And we're going to continue growing and glowing here in different methods that, you know, I generally keep off to the side. And if you're a member, you'll see more of this as well. But I want to thank you so much for being here. Clear your mind, clear out your drawers. Sometimes less is more. Until next time, you guys are great. I love you. I adore you. And I am in awe. Until next time.